Computer. Let me share my camera.
You can go now.
And I'll mute. So there it is. So first of all, welcome everybody to our Zoom today. This is actually Zoom on Thursday, December 11th of 2025. It is a 4 o'clock Zoom, our regular Zoom, just not on a regular day. And because of a lot of stuff that happened with Veritas yesterday and everything else, I decided to do one earlier than the one we scheduled for tomorrow. Most likely, we will have another one tomorrow as I keep you guys updated with everything that's going on. So, first thing I want to actually share up with you guys is actually the Telegram. So, I have made some changes where it would be easier for me to work, easier for you guys to work, and easier for new people to kind of, understand the Telegram. So I'm actually going to share so you guys can see what I'm actually talking about. So let me move this out. So when you guys come in into our Telegram group, and I'm actually going to be posting this video, usually always is take you guys to the general tab. And my question was, where can I actually post the rules, the welcome, a place where people actually can come in and exactly know immediately? Because I had a couple people that came in, they looked at it and they left and they never even understood where they were. And then I get a message, "Hey, Slavic, is that really you, or that's because that feels like hackers took your name, your picture, and just posted it, and that doesn't even feel like it's you." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's me." And they're like, "But what's going on? There's just so much of a conversation and nothing related to even Veritas, and a lot of stuff we had yesterday about the origin, and the person looked and said, that doesn't feel like I'm in the right place." So, I had it to actually this morning because yesterday I was doing a lot of things for my wife, in the kitchen, fixing some stuff, actually lifting cabinets, putting in the shelf and stuff. So yesterday I was focusing on my wife. So I couldn't really do nothing yesterday other than I still once in a while would pop in, see what's going on and try to, keep you guys updated. So this morning I kind of, sit down and I said, okay, I need to resolve this issue because otherwise, if this is becoming too complicated for people, we're not going to be able to grow. Pretty much at this point, it's over, we're done, and we need to kind of, move on into something else. So, and there is other platforms that we could actually move to, but then, you know, Veritas is on Telegram. That means it's a lot easier for me just to forward a message from the news channel than actually, or, from somewhere else, then try to then copy, paste, and kind of remember, have I done it? Have I not done it? And kind of, on and on. So, I had to figure out, a place where I can actually put the kind of notice. And since everybody's coming in into the general tab first, I decided that general tab will be a place where nobody's not going to be able to post other than maybe another admin. And, I slowly add admins as I kind of, see need and then they show, that they can actually help out in certain field and areas. So if you guys want to help out, definitely, contact me and then I can see, where we can utilize you in the community. So, that's where I actually have, welcome, instructions, and everything else. So those of you guys that see on a computer, you guys probably have figured out that by clicking on this icon right here, you can have the topics either show up at the top or topics show up at the on a left side. On a mobile, same thing. Just on a mobile, you only see one or two topics on the top, so which makes it really complicated. So you wouldn't realize that there's actually stuff going on in the community. So I would recommend if you're on a mobile phone, you click on this icon so you can actually have that list on the left side, so you can actually have easier way to find where you want to go. This way, it will allow, let's say somebody's in Veritas, they're not interested in anything else. They can actually ignore everything else and only focus on the Veritas, only focus on Slavic update. And I'll actually go through some of these and explain myself and kind of, understand that, okay, this is what I'm interested. Everything else, they're just going to ignore and kind of, move on with their life. This way makes it a lot easier for a person to choose what they see instead of being forced to see everything. So right now I'm gonna go through the tabs. So these tabs will change in order based on what's the latest post where. So I had a Slavic update. So pretty much here I will be posting updates. Any update that's no longer related, I will be deleting. This is literally a corner where I will be. So you guys, you want to know an update? What's going on in the community? If we learn something, I'll be posted here. We looking at the project, another project, or we're analyzing or we signing up, all that you guys gonna see it here first. This is gonna be a place. From there, you guys, need any other information, you guys can actually go through tabs. So this is gonna be a place where I'll be doing announcement, updates, like today's call announcement. I gave you guys an information. Now, calls, I will be leaving these until the next one, and then pretty much I'm gonna be creating a new one, and old one I'll be deleting. So I can just copy and paste. I don't have to, just go and try to find where is that picture and all of that stuff. So some stuff, will be there for reuse. Now, then we have a Veritas Vault only. Anything related to Veritas. It is open right now, I believe. Let me check. Hold on. So yes, so this topic is open. So as long as you guys, play nice, play fair, there's no negativity. You guys don't provide me any reasons to close that topic. You guys can actually, ask questions, receive support from each other. A lot of the people in my community or in this group have been, following me for the last 1 to 2 months. So you guys already have a lot of experience. You guys learned a lot from me. So you guys can actually help each other and provide help. And if there's anything that I can come in, I will come in and assist you guys as I see needed, as I am available. The last couple days beside yesterday, I am looking a lot in various different projects, different Zooms. Some Zooms I cannot put together. Like today, I have a Zoom at 7, I have a Zoom at 8, then I have to be at Veritas Walter Zoom at 8:30. Prepare the Zoom for 9 o'clock. So if I don't show up there by, let's say, 8:45, you guys will be delayed and I won't be, let in on Zoom at 9 o'clock. We won't be able to start on time because, I'm setting that Zoom up every evening. So, we have a full control of the Zoom instead of just like, a lot of the Zooms that you guys might be part of. People, sharing camera, turning on cameras, at the same time they're taking showers or changing clothes or all that stuff. That's why right now we have the cameras off during the virtual Zoom, so we don't have to see that stuff. Also, we all other thing we control is for people don't unmute themselves, so they don't interrupt the Zoom. That's something else that I'm controlling. Also, I am limiting a certain type of shares. So, people don't start writing on the screens while they're trying to play with their phone. They don't turn on whiteboard. They don't, share pornography images. So that's why a lot of that stuff I come in every evening and I take full control of the room. So when you guys do come in, it is clean, it is nice, and and whoever is presenting, whoever is talking, they're not getting interrupted, and pretty much looks very smooth. Also, whoever's going to be speaking, we try to bring them in before they speak. And if that's not, then I do have another workaround where I work with getting them unmuted when they need to speak. So a lot of stuff happens. That's why a lot of you guys say, "Hey, Slavic, come in at 8 o'clock Zoom," and I'm like, "Hey, I would love to come in at 8 o'clock, but that Zoom has to be done by 8:30 because I'm out of there. I cannot stay till 9 o'clock." And I know a lot of you guys are like, "Hey, Slavic can stay till 9 o'clock." No, I'm sorry, I can't, because if I do, then pretty much we're gonna have that same Zoom that we had about 2 months ago when there was no control over Zooms. So that's kind of can I give you guys an update what's happening on the Veritas side when it comes down to Zoom. So in this tab, you guys gonna everything Veritas Vault related is here. If we start losing control of this, I'm pretty sure somebody will be coming in and probably managing this topic to make sure that we delete stuff that's no longer related, and keep where anybody that's can come in, they can actually see everything that's related and updated. So that's the Veritas. Anybody wants to that's dedicated to Veritas and wants to actually continue focusing on Veritas and focus on controlling this topic, definitely contact me personally and we can talk about it and go from there. Next step is Banker's card. This is something that I already looked at the Banker's card, and the biggest question that I had is how are they dealing with no KYC that's related regarded to United State laws. I already spoke with you guys, I believe on Monday or Tuesday on this, but I am going to speak again because I did not recorded that meeting. So a lot of you guys are still questioning what's about the Banker's card. So all the rest of the stuff you guys probably can see, but one thing that I'm gonna say is the biggest thing is I had people contact me about Banking card for over a year now. I had one guy out of Canada that right now probably not happy that I'm joining, and I have not signed up. And he'd been contacting me literally every single day for over 12 months. And there we even get sometime into fight because I'm like, I do not need this on a daily basis. He had some time where you need to join, and I'm like, answer me the question: how is Banker's card able to stay no KYC at the same time, not get shut down? Because majority projects that have no KYC and then crypto card related, they get shut down because that allows people to launder the money or allows people not to pay taxes by making earning profits in crypto and actually taking the money out. So that's why some people even went to prison because of launching project like that. So I had a question and nobody couldn't answer me. I heard so many theories over the years that at one point I said, screw it, I will never ever listen to another Banco card person again, and if they mention it, it's out. But just recently, um I was put in a position in order to get some information about Bitnest, another project that we will shortly talk about. Um, I was forced to actually listen to a Banco card presentation. Honestly, I didn't listen. I waited until the end of the Zoom so I can ask the necessary questions I need for the Bitnest. And towards the end, they brought in either a CEO or owner of the project from Mexico, where it's actually where the company is at, and he started asking questions. And if you guys been on those of you guys might have been on the Zoom, I didn't listen in the beginning, but I started slowly listening some of the questions that people were asking, and he was responding. Oh, wait a minute, this guy might actually be the guy that actually has an answer. So towards the end, I raised my hand and I asked my question: how they're bypassing the no KYC at the same time, don't have illegal issues. And the guy literally explained. I don't, I didn't write down the name of the company, but this is the way they're actually done, which most likely will make sense to you guys, and you guys will be able to understand the biggest question, because I'm pretty sure none of you guys will want to go to prison by advertising something that allows people to do not very legit things. And like he said, it's very simple. This the federal law as well as FCC and a few other regulations require two-level verification or two-level KYC. So what they actually did is they actually have a first company who actually is a providing the exchange between the fiat, between the dollar or any other currency, and actually the crypto, which is USDD, USDC, or any other currency. So that is actually becomes the first layer. This layer, first of all, allows us to have access to currency of our choice, but at the second time allows require that two-level KYC. So the KYC is being done on that company. Now, then pretty much the second layer of KYC, where Bancas Card Corporation comes in out of Mexico. So that then they're doing KYC on that second corporation. So we have a two-level of verification with two levels being done on that exchange as well as on the Banco Corporation. So now when it comes down to me and you as users or clients of the Banco Corporation, we no longer require to have a KYC. So pretty much my next question was, if a law changes where they require to have 3 levels or 4 levels of verification, what will the company do? And he says they have actually a full department that actually only focus is throughout the whole world is to wherever they have clients in to make sure that they actually stay on top of the laws, top of the changes, and being compliant, and actually coming up with new loopholes how to work things around when is needed. So pretty much, if that comes around, he said we will definitely, with with very short period of time, we will come up with another loophole where we will resolve that situation, and you guys will still be able to stay a no KYC clients or card users. So that is something that, when he explained to me that, that is something that nobody explained to me. And I wish, people would actually have more knowledge, to dig more deeper and share that information. Because if my guy that from Canada would have shared that with me a year ago, I would have been here already a year ago. But unfortunately, I was not. So second thing is, for a lot of you guys might have a question is, do I have to buy the card? No, you do not have to buy a card. Only if you choose to. And the third thing is, can I actually earn money without buying the card? And yes, you can sign people up, earn referral rewards. And when you have enough of referral rewards, you can actually use those referral rewards to buy that card and actually have the card. They have two cards. The plastic card is on back order for 6 weeks. The metal card is available. The plastic card, I believe, is $45. The metal card is $85. $10 out of those cards actually is the shipping, and so 35 and 75 is actually, so yes, 35 and 75 is actually money on which you will obtain commission. Commission is level 1 10%, level 2 is, I actually wrote it down somewhere, 15%, and level 3 is again 10%. That's on the cards. And on loading, there's 4% fee, and one out of those 4% is actually broken down again by levels. So let's say somebody loads $100. $3 will go for company expenses, for transaction, etc. And 1% out of that $1, 10% will be paid to level one, 15 two. So pretty much 10 cents will be paid to you, to your sponsor. 15 cents will be paid to sponsor about that, your sponsor, and 10 cents will be paid to the third level sponsor of the sponsor of sponsor. So hopefully I answered those questions, but we are still waiting because I am looking at one other project that's actually tied in with Banco's card. So please have patience. For those of you guys that don't care about quick income, don't have money, especially people in a third world country, there is actually a project that helps you. It might take, a month, maybe 6 months, maybe a year, that actually helps you to slowly start earning money by having nothing out of your pocket. That actually combined together with the Banco's card. So until I able to identify, get all the answers, hopefully tonight, again, Zoom is at 8 o'clock. I have to be out of there by 8:30. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to cover everything in that short period of time. So I'm actually Zoom at 7. No, so should actually be able to get the answers hopefully and make the decision how to present it to you guys so you guys can make a decision. So we're moving on. Spend too much of time on a bingo card. General tab. As already shared, this is going to be a tab where we're going to have a welcome. Maybe one more post will be added here, but pretty much this tab is permanently locked and will not be reopened. Teaching hopefully people how to actually go and find themselves in other tabs. Archive. I had a hard time trying to figure out, do I just delete everything? Do I move it into other tabs? And and that's what I've been doing, the yesterday, day before. Or and I came up with an idea. Let's create an archive where we will, instead of deleting stuff, we'll be just moving stuff into this tab, and then pretty much deleting unless stuff is not related and can be deleted no matter what. So pretty much all the stuff that we had in general tab right now is in archive. That tab is also permanently locked, so that tab will not be reopened. This is just for the archive purposes only. So if you guys are looking for any information going backwards, that we have the general tab, you guys will find it here in archive. Open chat. This tab right here is where replacing the general tab. That means here is where you guys can talk on very different topic. Just don't recruit anybody. Don't try to be, do what people do not like. Try to be, do what you would really appreciate somebody else doing it to you. Say hello, say blessings, be positive. And if you guys want to, find out a little bit more, go to General tab and read some of the rules. Anybody has any recommendations how to, add more rules or anything, definitely send me a private link or something, and we can alter this and eventually make it in a way where everybody's happy. But I had to put something together really quick this morning, so I can move on with my day, even though it took most of my morning, just doing a lot of this. So right now, open chat is here in open chat. Uh, Pre-sale tokens. If you guys have any pre-sale tokens, or you guys are aware of any, or any tokens right now that's being sold that still have a potential of growing that you guys believe, drop it in here. If we need to get it vetted and look into it, we will look at it. But the Benko card is actually launching right now as well. We already can actually see that on DAX Screener. So if you guys want to look at it, you can see exchange is Pancake Swap. But right now it's actually staying at around 12 cents. So it's not really going anywhere, nowhere. Very limited information I have on that, but there is actually, it is what it is. I'm sharing with you guys because some of you guys requested for me to create a tab for a pre-sale token. So there you guys have it. You guys want it. It's there. Share. I know Bitnas is prepping with the launch of a token. So whoever has any information on that, drop it into here as well. Origin of I think they're doing something with their token. I'm not sure if they're launching or they're on something new, but something's going on in the Origin as well with I think related tokens. At least I seen something somewhere. So if there's anything there, drop it. And I know there's one other project that's actually launching their token. I think they launched their token either this morning or yesterday, but I do not have any information on the topic. I have not gotten to that project yet and digest it. It's so complicated down there. It's an interesting project, but it's so complicated there. So I need, a couple days to work with somebody and figure it out so I can, understand that project. Because, so many choices, and that's when, you get lost really quick. Origin. Any of you guys still from the last Zoom, we decided we're not gonna dig very heavily deep into Origin. But some people wanted to proceed and sign up. And because I was gifted, a position in Origin, I kind of, I said, okay, if I don't have to, and I need to, geez, I don't have it. Um, Okay, yes, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm sorry, guys. I got lost. So what I'm doing is going to my website. So we're going to be moving this out. And I'm going to explain so you guys can now actually understand why the last time, they everybody voted, but why people voted. What makes sense. Not that this is not a best time right now. Is the chart. And I want you guys to actually to look at, and we're going to look at comparison between Veritas as well as we're going to be looking on a LGNS token. So let me scroll up. We're going to change it to a week, and we're going to first look at the week chart. And then, and I want you guys to see comparison. So you guys can, because at the end of the day, charts are actually say a lot if we're willing to look at them. Come on. Can we switch? Yes, we can. So if you guys look at the Veritas Vault, because we had issues where commission was not paying out, referral commission was not paying out, so we had stop it here. Then we had a launch here where took a little while before I came up with a solution that we need to, unstake our stake and then restake. Then we had that final shut up. Otherwise, if we would have had none of those problems, we would have had something similar right here: pull up, pull down, and another pull up, where we had some of that right here, right now. So one other thing that I want you guys to actually understand, and I'm looking at this chart, and if we look at the first couple days, Origin launched completely different from Veritas. See, in Veritas, and that's where Mr. Allen continues wanted to do this, with the bonds. You send the money into a wallet to Nick. He at the time of launch, he gave you tokens, and then rest of you guys that didn't make it as a founder, you guys went in and you guys purchased VVA, which this is what shows here on the chart. Where Origin did, and just looking at the chart, I can guarantee you that's exactly what they did. They launched differently. See, they had a separate pool to provide the liquidity that people came in, but everybody else, and and those actually were probably locked up or something, but everybody else were forced to come in on the day of launch. This is typically what makes this huge candle right here. If we would have had majority of our founders come in and buy VVA instead of giving VVA at the time at the day of launch, we would have had literally the same large candle, and those people that came in with liquidity, they would have pulled back because they're the ones who would have been selling some of their liquidity while people were coming in and buying. But because the first couple days we had locked where you couldn't sell, we did not have that pull, but we did not even have that great sell, which otherwise we would have went easily probably to 5, 10, maybe 20, $30. Another thing is we launched at 38 cents while um, um, Origin launched at 41 cents. If you guys look at right here, and I put right there, launch was at $4. So those are something that, even though same project, look very similar, copy of each other, but they were launched differently. They started off differently. They have different way approach of the how was actually the project was approached. Or another thing is Orange launched with certain limitation right off the back, where Veritas launched completely open, do whatever you wish. Just the first couple days, he made sure that nobody sold any tokens. But again, we also came in with barely any liquidity compared to or Origin. So from there, I want you guys to look at, we came high as we came in here, and I can break down and look at more bigger chart. Let's right now go from a weekly to daily chart, and we're gonna actually okay, out to this. So we can actually see some of these situation. Let me actually do the same thing here, and we can still fit. So, we can still see where that, pullback happened. We created here the W and we got another shut up. Right here, we had the same thing. We had that M, which if you guys look at it, we had that once and another W. Just, our W looked differently. From there, we had, Origin had sell-offs. We had sell-offs. Sell-off 1, bottom 2, bottom 3, bottom 1, bottom 2, bottom 3. If we can see Origin stayed a while, and if we look at it here, we stayed a while in this arena as well. So, we're copying Origin. Right now, we're below the last low from here, where Origin came down, and right now they're trading below there as well. So, if you look at that, where is that last high? Right there. Right now, Origin is right below. So pretty much all this right here is below. Another thing why we talked about Origin and why I said we need to look into, right now we're going to go to 4-hour charts on both of them. While we froze, and a lot of things has to do is about limitations that we still do not have proper limitations Veritas Vault, and I'm hoping that's going to be coming soon. I had a discussion on that. Just I cannot share on that right now, but hopefully, you know, right. Here's a reason why I'm no longer going to be sharing some of the recommendations I'm giving, where before I did, because there's certain reasons where, remember we talked about the last time, people fear of people, strong people, people fear of people that have, back energy that's backing them up. And right now I'm trying to actually try something different, but not by, by still sending recommendations as needed, but right now not allowing people to know that that recommendation came from me. So when leadership and whoever else is looking at information, they'll be taking that as somebody else's recommendation, and hopefully, you know, consider those recommendations instead of saying, "Oh, it came from Slavic." No, 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 no. We're not even listening to that. We're not even touching that because anything that comes to Slavic is bad. So I'm trying to, remove that it came from Slavic situation. So that's why any future recommendation that ever I send is no longer, it's going to be all right now coming in a form where it's no longer coming from Slavic, and somebody else taking credit. I am happy for somebody else to take a credit, as long as end of the day, we get this project to a point where it actually is working. And I have discussed quite a few other things as well, with my recommendations. So if that gets implemented, guys, we will have a very nicely growing Veritas token where we all will enjoy and appreciate, and finally be able to get to $10 and above. So again, it's just a matter of time and patience, and hopefully that will work out. Now, what I'm talking about Origin right here, if we look, we are on descending slope. Um, if you look right here, we had a little pullback. But then again, we broke through it and we dropped again. So right now, we do not have as huge of drops here, other than this drop right here. So I'm hoping that we can start stabilizing, because if we start stabilizing, end of the day, it's another Veritas. Just, doesn't pay as much, but it has a huge liquidity pool. People are withdrawing between 1,000 to 50,000 to even more a day per wallet, guys. This project definitely can handle huge volume, while Veritas is not able to handle huge volume because we are low on liquidity. So, so that's why, I said, we can watch this project, and and there's also somebody that actually took responsibility. I believe Chris took on responsibility to watch the chart. And if the chart starts showing sign of stability, then those that want to can go in. Rest of you guys, it's all up to you. I want to actually show you guys so you guys can understand. Um, let's say you come in at 850, and we can actually go back to chart so we can actually say 850. So let's say you came in December 1st into Origin, right? And right now we're sitting at 686. And we can actually 686, which is what, 11 days. So we're going to put in 11 days. You came in with $100. That means from 850 to 650, your $100 have decreased to $80. So you no longer have $100 in there. You have $80 in there. But you have only earned in rebase $5.50. So you're putting $100, but you're going to be sitting at $85. That's the reason why I'm saying we need to come in at the right place, right time, not just come in. But if you guys are scared, you guys might lose an opportunity, then go in. Then go in. But don't come back to Slavic and say, "Hey, Slavic, uh, but the Origin token has dropped another 20%." Hey, hopefully it will recover at one point. I have not digged deep into Origin to find out what the reason that the token is dropping, but I do want you guys to understand why we have made a choice to watch the token, not actually focus on jumping in and then regretting because the token went in from 8 to 6 and then from 6 to 4 maybe. I don't know. One thing I was told that the worst case scenario, the token will actually sit in $1 because it has a support at $1. That liquidity will be pumped. But one thing my worry is about, to those people that actually say, "Hey, we guaranteed $1 at the origin." No matter how big your pool is of liquidity, if people continue to withdraw, earlier or later, that pool will run dry and that $1 will have to give. That's why we need to watch the project and see what's going on. If we came to $1, maybe it's a good thing to come in for a period of time, but then we need to watch that liquidity pool. And as that liquidity pool start decreasing at certain point, we need to understand that, next 24 to 72 hours, this pool will get depleted and we need to get out before the pool gets depleted. So keep that in mind for those of you guys that's an origin, that, we have a lot of work to do, especially if that token's not going to recover. I have more faith in Veritas because I know the whole pieces of the whole system of Veritas. So I have a lot more comfortable with Veritas being convinced that it can go up eventually compared to Origin, that I have no clue about the project other than just some of the things that I can see and some of the things I can hear. I have not digged into the Origin, and right now I have so many projects on the table to look into that I honestly do not have time right now to even look into Origin on the deep side of it, uh, especially since I don't see a point because we are still on decline with Origin. But as soon as we start stabilizing, this would be definitely a project to look into and make that final decision. Is that project worth it? But again, I was gifted a position, so why not? I was gifted $120, uh, and it was hit when it was lower. So I made, I don't know, about $1 worth in a rebase and $4 in a token. Right now, got a little bit higher. So right now, standing 125 in my amount. But again, let's hope it doesn't continue go and drop, because then that amount will be dropping again. So just wanted to share with you guys on that topic. So continue going down. So right now with Origin, where was it? Origin. So the next one on here on the list where we have the last post is Rules of Life. Starting Sunday, I will be sharing with you guys either a video or maybe during the Zoom, something that you guys not required. Here, Rules of Life. This is not something you guys have to follow. You guys have to do only for those that choose. Those that feel that it's touching you guys. And something I'm going to mention right now, this is something that's why I'm starting on Sunday, because this is going to be the easiest one to understand. Based on ancient text, the Almighty, as He created our planet, He also created the universe. He created the universe in a certain way, in a third dimension, a fourth dimension, as well as in 64 dimensions that we will never ever understand in our physical body. But that's the 64 dimension. That's actually the dimension in which He actually resides. So I want to actually talk a little bit about a third dimension that we live in. The third dimension that we call the planet, not flat, but we see the planet as round. Because in the fourth dimension, the planet is no longer round like a ball. It's actually in a different form. But in the third dimension, it's actually in a form where we call it a round or a globe type planet. See, in that form, he also said, if we are in Christian world, we call them angels. If our different religion, we might call them differently. Or in that ancient text, he calls them have gods. And have gods, they're not permanently attached to a calling. There is actually a time of expiration where they expire and they have to move on. Like our bodies expire on this planet and we have to move on to the next life. So it's actually, even have gods, they actually have a time of period. And when the time of period is actually expires, they move up and a new soul gets chosen, to be that have God. And then, those gods actually got assigned certain responsibilities. And our planets, like a sun, the moon, and other planets, they were all assigned a certain have God was assigned to, and in that realm in that the agent tax, that is considered to be the most highest level that you can reach and have God is actually to be named or be given a name of a planet or be given a status of a planet where you actually are right now taking that responsibility of the planet, which is and all planets actually have some kind of a influence on our planet as well as on our daily life. And Sun is actually the first planet, which is actually, that's why it's a sun day. That's why the name here in English actually was taken from Agent Text. That it's a day of the sun. So there's been more teaching on that. But one thing I want you guys to think about before Sunday is this: could our planet exist without a sun? Could you exist without the sun? If the sun cease to exist in this second, how many seconds would you and our planet still exist before it would be actually gone and the planet would turn completely into pure ice and we would actually just froze in time? So so if the sun is that much important, then I want you guys think about what I'll be sharing on Sunday. So that's again, this is not mandatory, but this is something you guys can actually, for those that feel that is right, think about it. I'm not here to give you guys a new religion or new belief or new understanding. I'm trying to give you guys an opportunity to understand that there's so much more than what majority of us have been taught as children. I grew up in a Christian family. I grew up in Pentecostal, but certain time came in my life where I was led to a point where I started digging deeper, a lot further than the religion I grew up in. And a lot of things that started reopening to me, and I started understanding the world in a completely different way. So that is something you guys have a choice to do. This corner right here, I'm trying to merge my WhatsApp group, that's my Russian and Ukrainian community that's in Veritas, with us. They agreed to do so, but it seems like they're really slow on transitioning. So this group right here is going to be where I will be dropping Russian text. That's why I'm doing a lot of things right now in a text form instead of audio form. So, they can actually go use a translator and quickly translate and see any post that we do. So, that this right here can be specifically where they'll be able to communicate in Russian, Ukrainian between each other without, sending other messages in our other threads. So, they'll be able to actually have their own corner. So that's for them. And if we have other people that we're going to start having a community that's going to be growing, like a French, maybe Hispanic, we'll do the same thing for them as well, allowing them to have their corner where they'll be able to have their communications, and hopefully somebody out of their community will say, okay, I will overlook that chat and I will control, make sure there's no negativity and there's no destruction. So the next one is here is diversification analysis. Here we have our form, and pretty much, guys, either I would prefer you guys fill out the form, and then I still do not know. As we move forward, probably I'm gonna have a better understanding how we're gonna utilize this chat. But right now, it is open for you guys to post here, whatever you guys choose. But please hold on. What is okay? That's the one I post. Okay, so it's all good. So yeah, right, and this form right here is where I actually last time I updated. We're gonna click on that so you guys can see it. And here you guys be able to see projects that are already added to that I'll be looking into. Cash flow project is something that we're not going to be putting any more time into it unless something changes down the road. But here's a list of projects. Also, I'm updating as I do deeper analysis, and you guys can actually come in and look at that and see how things progress. I have not been doing much, yes and nothing. And today, primarily trying to get more information on the Black Card and Bankers, since pretty much the Black Card, the community is built on top of the Bankers card. So I'm trying to get more information primarily built right here. So that's where we stand on this. So pretty much let's go away from here. Okay, schedules and recordings. Um, Most likely there's going to be recording tab, and I'll be posting in my news updates the Zoom tab. So we're no longer going to be having Zoom schedules here. And then pretty much like Veritas related Zooms will be in Veritas. Somebody will be dropping and just so on, so on. So, this topic is opened, but eventually it will be closed as well. So we can, so it's not get so much stuff happening here. So people can easily come in, find the recording that they're looking for, and easily, listen to what they want to listen to. So this recording will also go into here as well. BitNest only. Um, Very interesting project. This is something also in a previous recording we have analyzed more deeper. I will be doing a separate recording, but for those of you guys that have no patience or want to actually proceed, look at some of the videos. Look at this video. A lot of the analysis that actually got from here. Look at some of the other videos. Look at use a calculator because we have a calculator here as well. But you'll know how to use it more when you actually watch the presentation from here. And actually, also presentations are dropped. So here, so go in and watch those Zooms when you guys have an opportunity. So here's actually my deep analysis video. So definitely watch that analysis. And if you guys choose to, either find somebody in a community or contact me directly and request a way to sign up. One thing is with the BitNest, when you signed up, when you got a link and you sign up, you want to sign up in a way like we sign up with Veritas. That means from your wallet, if you're doing it on the phone, not from the browser, but in a computer from a browser that the wallet is sitting on. So, and then as soon as you register, then you actually contact your sponsor, make sure that they verify that you have showed up in their structure before you go start doing funding and looping. So that is that's why I don't recommend posting invite links in here, because if you do, if you guys do post the invite links here, or even if I post, I'm no longer going to be able to know has somebody signed up or signed up, or they ended up under your company or wherever they signed up. So if you guys want your sponsor to get paid for the referrals, definitely contact them directly and get that link. Same thing, you guys want to sign up with me, you guys contact me directly with me as well. I'm personally in. I like it. And, of course, there are things that we need to watch for. And that in that video, I believe I covered it. But, other than that, very fantastic project. Pays 24% every 28 days. So pretty much you're getting a little bit less than a 1% a day if you guys do that math on that. So, and in a desperate need. And also, somebody you guys can actually Dara McKinney, she's going through cancer. She needs funds to battle the cancer. If anybody can help out, this is a place where we're going to be posting fundraisers and things like that, where we can help somebody that's in need, so they feel like they're not on their own. My wife is going through cancer, even though we're receiving huge positive results. And I'll be guys honest, if it would have not been the fundraiser that we opened, we would have not had the money to do what we're doing right now to help her to fight the cancer. We would have not had the money to buy the herbs, the mushrooms, and the other stuff that she's taking right now. And I'm not sure if she would actually make it to Christmas. So I'm very thankful to everybody who participated, who helped. We did raise around $1,500. Every dollar of that went towards buying the stuff she needed. I still covered, trips and everything else out of my own pocket. I didn't use that money to pay for gas or anything. Strictly, that money went only for the herbs and stuff that she needs to recover. That stuff that you cannot go to pharmacy and buy with insurance. And I'm so gladful. We still have I think like $300-400 left out of that. We just she told me yesterday, day before, that we need to buy more stuff, but I think we might have enough to get her through New Year's, and we might actually resume our fundraising for next 6 months. But I'm so glad that people came forward. So, guys, those of you guys that have not experienced serious illness in your family, where you no longer able to help yourself and you need help, people's help, you guys not can understand those people what they're going through and what I went through and we're going through. I did not know. I had no clue how to move forward with her, knowing that we could do something, but at the same time being helpless, and being in a position where you could, where you had no clue how you could help. It just, you just felt like you're just useless. You're just nothing, like you're just a bug at the table. Where you have a loved one and there's nothing you can do. It's just, that's the most horrible feeling. And at the same time, you need to move on with life. You need to wake up. You need to look into their face. You need to pretend like you're smiling. It was just hard. So guys, don't just, when somebody's asking for help and they really need help, don't just ignore it. Do what you can, because you know that can make a difference. So definitely be there for those people. Um, and I want to say thank you for all of you that did help. Where are we? So yeah, there will be more tabs added as we need. For every project, we'll have our own tab so we can control the situation so it doesn't go out of control. And as more ideas that come with how we can make Telegram work, as well as to be user friendly for everybody, the more we will focus on making sure that that is implemented. I am also working right now, actually thinking about finding out a project that may be MLM based, that actually have a very small entry between $5 to $25. So, we can easily participate and then create that fund of money coming in. As people come in, they're able to take part in a community, but at the same time, they're able to make a part in something that will also create them funds immediately. Because there's nothing else that can create immediately funds other than an MLM approach. And that's right now I'm looking for something that can fund, because at the end of the day, I would like to actually implement a few other things for the website, which I need to spend money. Right now, for my Slavic Day website, I'm paying $40 a month for hosting, because I cannot pay for 3 years $800 how they wanted it. And my security certificate is going to be running out, I think, on the 1st of January. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening that needs funds. So I'm trying to kind of figure out where I can actually have some funds to cover expenses, as well as continue doing and continue analyzing and providing you guys that comfort, these Zooms and these projects that actually are more safer and reliable to go into. So I need to, in a day, keep food for my family. And so I'm actually, looking for something that can be easy, cheap, that can raise a couple $100 a month, and for me as well as for others as we move forward. So, okay. I have covered that. Let's see what else I did wanted to talk about. Hmm, Did I just close? No, I did not. Okay. Quick touch up before I go to questions and answers. Looks like we're just heading in an hour. So, Bitnaz, as you guys already heard, you guys can watch a video. Origin. Those of you guys that want to go in, it is. I'm still not convinced that we're here at the bottom, but according to chart. But those are guys want to jump in and take a risk. You guys are welcome to. There will be no analysis done until I see that its time is fit to do so. More deeper analysis other than what I shared today. Banker's card. I have dropped some stuff there. You guys can analyze for individually for yourself. I will be making video as more information I have, but I want to be see because Black Card is built on Banca's card, so I'm trying to see how we can make it all. Plus, Banca's might be also the supplier for Veritas Vault when they launch with the card. So I'm trying to see how we can actually utilize everything as one. That's why I'm trying to find, can I actually use my referral that I already have and a card I already ordered, or I will have to create a new account for a Black Card and then pretty much end up with two cards. And I don't want to put you guys in the same situation. So that's why please have patience. So, until I resolve my questions and able to give you guys again. The Black Card is a project that very complicated, but it's AI based. But the beautiful part is you don't put any money in if you choose not to. And of course, they have couple tiers. Whereas their first tier is $60 for those that you don't want to go in and jump in immediately. And there's another tier. I don't remember what another tier is. That to go in as well. I think it's $1,000 the next tier or $300. I'm not sure, but we will all probably going in and either at 0 or $60, and then slowly. And the system itself is designed in a way where you bring people in and the AI places people so everybody benefits instead of you build the structure underneath yourself. So that's kind of something that's interesting, but I need more information to make my final decision, because you guys have to understand, I'm not just making the decision for you guys, I'm also making that decision for me. Do I want to join? So if I want to join, if I get to a point where, I'm interested right now, but if I want to join, I want to also be able to right now explain it to you guys why I joined. Not that just, because I felt joining, but also I hear the reason why I joined. This is actually what I see and what I understand, and give you guys that, where you guys feel that comfort as well. Cash flow, uh, it's going to be a couple months before we have a final verdict. But as of right now, that project barely pays any money. Uh, by putting starting with $100, you're gonna have to add another $400 within 3 months, every 14 days, and then 9 months later, you will get your $500 back and an additional $200 on top of that. So you're gonna make 50% return on your money in 9 months. So we have a better return project with better pay than that. So this number is not accurate right now as original calculation was. Um, so that's no go. BG Wealth, everybody has their own opinion. I have my own opinion. That project is, I believe, even maybe has a good attentions, but this is something like, remember I said I had a question about Banco card and nobody could answer this question correctly. Bunch of theories, but nobody could answer that correctly. How are they resolving that issue with the Banco card? So with the no KYC, so they don't get the closed, and all of our assets and cards become useless. So that's the question I had until the CEO or the owner of the project told me how. It just didn't make sense to me. I didn't felt comfortable to a point where I said I'm not touching it. Same thing with the BG Health. If you guys can come up and show me the true transactions, and probably the only way you guys probably can do that is in a way where you guys actually have a significant amount of transaction that you guys do. We log in into, let's say, Coinbase, onto any other chart, and we see actually your transaction that went through. Then we will know truly that you guys are truly trading on a real market. You guys are not trading on some kind of a fake exchange that actually only shows you guys the chart, and those charts might not even actually match the real chart. And the reason why, what bothers me is this. It's impossible at 9 o'clock, whatever the time is, I do not know. But let's say at 9 o'clock, it's impossible for every day the market to go the same direction for the next 10 minutes, for the next 5 minutes at 9 o'clock in the evening. It's impossible. So, when you have every day at 9 o'clock, at 9 o'clock you have to go in and you have to make a trade. I don't understand how you can be successful making a trade when that can go against, most likely going against you. That just doesn't make sense. And I have a lot of experience in trading. I actually broke down the trading platform. I actually had trainings, which then turned out to be that no training what that you create and that no system that you create in trading actually will work permanently, because BlackRock will make sure that it doesn't work. So same thing here. BlackRock most likely haven't came down at you guys. They will come down with you guys, and they will make even if you guys really trading. That's why I don't like to touch trading platforms projects at all, because BlackRock, they have a team of over 100 people that has one job only, is to figure out how to wipe projects clean that are actually trading by coming up another crash or something else, by controlling the market and crashing these trading platforms, crashing this trading projects, the trading companies. So that's why people are losing heavily. Any YouTuber out there that go public and start sharing that he's making success money, it's just a matter of time before he loses everything. As soon as it gets on BlackRock radar, people immediately go to work to figure out. They start watching those videos, they start studying his behavior, and they start coming out with a system, with a next crash that will wipe that guy out clean. That's why, it's impossible to battle these guys, especially when you're using margin, which I don't know, they're using margin or not. So that's why, if you guys can come up and find either an owner or find a leader that's not going to try to sell me, give me a sales pitch, but going to actually listen and give me answers, then I can go back and look at this project. But I just don't see how that can work based on how I understand the world moves. I will be sharing this project with you guys. Very nice project, but you put money in and you wait long term. I have $2,200 in this project. When everything clears and pays, we have a 2-year contract, 3-year contract, 5-year contract, and a 7-year contract. I got into the project year and a half in, which I got into 3-year, 20 contracts of the 30 contracts of that, one contract of 5-year, one contract of 7-year. So give you guys an idea, that 3-year contract, it pays 35,000 for every $100 that you spend to buy a contract. 5-year pays roughly about 450 or 470. 7-year contract pays roughly about 1.5 million. So if you guys are more interested and you guys want me to put the priority on this project, definitely put something in the chat and I'll actually prioritize. I love in the project. This is actually the project that paid my bills, at least paid my business bills until I came to Veritas. I stopped recruiting into this project when I came into Veritas, and I have not included into this project yet anybody. But I think it's time. It's beautiful project. There's a few things that every person needs to understand, but other than that, it's a very amazing project. VFi. So you guys can kind of understood when I said 30 times 35,000. You guys can get an idea how big of a payout I'll be having summer of 2027. But until then, I need to survive. After that, I will be wealthy and healthy, and probably more than half of that money is going to go into donations, temples being built, and other stuff. What I'm actually supporting and looking forward to do. WeFi, I'm still trying to get to somebody that actually can put me in contact with people that have more information than just basic information. But it is a project that's interesting to me. But at the same time, I'm not just taking their word for it. I want to know that this is truly true, not just beautiful words on the presentation and on the website. But taking the words, beautiful words, looks like they're shooting to become the first crypto bank where you're not able to use just a debit card and have a checking account, but actually also be able to get loans, finance a car through crypto, finance your home, get a loan, whatever it is. So pretty much they want to become the full financial block, and that's what they're kind of, going for. ARK, I need more information on these four projects. So I will be spinning probably not this week, next week, getting more information on this project. This is a taxi card. Um, I believe it's 1,000 to get in. I don't even have close that kind of money, so that probably I'm not going to be pushing towards this project unless you guys push for it to. But again, how can I even look into project without putting money in, and so I can actually get wallet addresses, so I can then do deeper dig into blockchain. So I'm not sure how to even do investigation. Then we have an MWR, which is a travel company. Right now, I'm there only for their discounts, and I'll share with you guys how you guys can utilize this project for discounts only. And those that want to build the MLM business side of it, interesting business, but that business has a one downside in its comp plan. And I want, and for those that's interested, I will show you guys the downside. That's why, a lot of people come into the project and fail to succeed because of that one downside. That you need to be aware. So when you guys go in, you guys understand it. If you guys going in to build, but if you guys going in just to have access to super deals, I can teach you guys very trick way how you guys can actually make that happen. Affiliate Mentor is another project that I'm going to be looking into. This one has a $25 entry with a 30-day money back guarantee that has an AI. I want to actually look into this AI and really check, is this really a project that their AI can actually recruit people for you so you don't have to recruit? So they're claiming that if you properly set up the AI, it will do all the recruiting for you and you'll be able to just, make money. So I'm trying to make sure that that is truly true. I'm not seeing one more project here. You live. I guess I didn't add, or this is it. There's another project that that's very complicated. I think that might be it. That's very complicated that I'm actually want to actually sit down and the person, the leader out of the person that introduced me to it is actually lives in Europe from Ukraine, and I need to pick because when I'm awake here, they sleep down there, so it has to be in the morning. So I need to pick a time where I'm not busy, that I can actually sit down and get myself familiar with the project because it's a very complicated project, but at the same time, for those of you that like to do streaming, that like to actually go and share, and most of us, we have developed skills, we have developed knowledge of something, and some of you guys might want to share about your businesses. And this is actually a platform designed for primarily for that, where you actually go, turn on, you grab your phone, turn on, log in, turn on streaming, and you start talking about the opportunity you have, the business you have, like we would do, we will be actually doing in that platform. And, and then pretty much you guys would go in and plus all other members of the community, they can actually just listen. If they like it, they can log in, listen to you. And then, you get paid for streaming. On top of that, people that listen to you, then they actually can gift you right in the project as well. So that's at least how it was explained to me on the just a basic side of it. But I want to know a little bit more, a lot more advanced side of it. And it also has staking the side of it as well, which I still need to understand what's the return on that staking portion. So I think I covered everything in this recording. Now we're going to go to chat. So I'm going to stop the streaming. We are about 12 people. So let's go to chat and let me answer that before I allow you guys to unmute yourself as well. Okay. That's today right there. How's that? I'm your regular attendant. Take your TRG. Yes, I do recall you. So yes, it's a rebase working behind the scenes during the phase. If the clock is not counting, the rebase is not counting. Will the referral rewards of Bill be calculated? Most likely they will not be calculated because rebase clock is not counted. So how can the referral rewards be calculated when people are not getting paid? They didn't receive the rebase, so I doubt unless each contract is working individually. Then in that case, we might get referral rewards and not the rebase rewards. But the rebase rewards is built on clock. That means if that clock is stopped, no, we're not getting paid. So in the library with no audio, so we'll have to view recording. Is the library with no audio? Joyce, um, what library has no audio? Let me know because if there's a situation, then we need to fix. But it seems like everything that we have built, I tried to build with audio unless somehow I recorded something and didn't activate a mic or something. Is over within okay. So definitely Joyce answered that question. Is a Bangkok offered by Veritas? Again, we do not know, but based on everything that they have shared so far publicly, very similar to Bangkok, Bangkok's. I'm sorry, Bangkok's, the Bangkok's card. Um, and one of the reasons that there might be a delay in Veritas Vault launching that card, because Bankus is actually being delayed on launching some of the updates to some of their to the card as well. So here's something that you guys will that you guys know. When Bankas launches, and that's going to be happening sometime in the mid-January, here those that live in the United States will be able to go to Walmart, not just pay with a card. With the card we can pay right now, but going to Walmart, we will be able to load our card with US dollars. So you come into a Walmart, you go open an app, put in how much you want to load. They'll scan the barcode, and you give them the hand them the money. They'll run the transaction, and within a couple, I believe they said 5 minutes, the money will show up on your card. Which just amazing. So we will be able right now we're loading with crypto, but but right now we're going to a stage where we'll be able to load that card, not just crypto, but actually load with US dollars. So those of you that joined in the project, and you guys right now we're using Coinbase or Kraken or Binance or whatever you guys were using to fund your project, right now you'll be able to fund it with card. I want you guys to think of this. Those of you guys that wanted to stay decentralized, this is the first time with this card where you guys can actually stay decentralized. You no longer have to connect your wallet to KYC exchanges, and then those and then KYC exchange can say, this wallet is belonging to this person. Now you guys truly can actually have a card. You guys can load the card with at Walmart, at the Dollar General, at 7-Eleven. They said in a few other major exchanges, you'll be able to load your card, which has no KYC. You're able to join projects that have no KYC. You're able to earn income that's not KYC'd. And you'll be able to go and spend your income without KYC, guys. I'm hoping you guys are hearing what I'm saying. See, before I had no knowledge of that, how they actually run that money. That's why I was very suspicious because I seen multiple cards go out of business, and I seen people go to prison because of those cards going out of business. But this is the first time, and they've actually been in business for over a year now. So I'm not sure what's the exact time they've been in business, but you guys have to understand this is going to be the first time in crypto world where you live in countries where KYC required, you'll be able to be no longer centralized. You can actually give up your bank, your checking account, give up your Coinbase account, give up your Kraken account, and actually truly live in a decentralized world the first time when they launch this in January, guys. The fiat portion of it, where we can load our cards. That's going to be amazing. And, when I heard that, that made me excited when I understood how they're, solve the problem of no KYC. And then, they're going forward and solving the biggest problem in KYC countries. This is huge, guys. Okay, in rebase, we're okay. Is the library with no audio? Okay, okay, no, okay. Today at single price token, yes, so we had 681, Jillian. Alan, pray for her now. Yes, guys, definitely pray for that lady. I met her in Veritas, and she's actually one of our regulars, comes to Zoom sometimes. But but she also tried to battle with all possible resources, from natural to, to also Western medicine, which usually not so working. Your family's in our prayers. Thank you, Salim. I tried to access your Google Docs spreadsheet a few days ago, but haven't received the email yet, yeah, allowing me to. Let me verify. Share. Okay. Only people with, okay. Copying. Only people with access can view. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, with the link, I just update. I'm sorry. I do apologize. Right now, it is open. You guys can access that spreadsheet. So sorry. It's on me. It's on me. I didn't realize I didn't make it public. By link only. I tried to, okay, I have a bank card, but I can't wait the Veritas one. Gillian, me too, especially if they have or resolved the issue of no KYC, and, or if it's a Bankos card, this is going to be an amazing card. And, and I'm hoping that those of us that already have a Bankos card, that we can connect without actually opening up more accounts and more accounts. That's why the question is right now with the Black Card community, can we use the same card, or we need to do this? Um, I'll keep you guys posted that I get to that questions answers in my X Max. I'm not sure, Gillian, what does that mean? I re-entered the VJ before Veritas with the minimum I doubled in 60 days. The value goes up every day so far. If anyone wants my insight on it, it will be an honor. Hey, RTG, contact me on Telegram. And let's hope you can answer the question that I have. If not, then we need to find somebody who can, because until I feel comfortable, I'm not standing behind a project. Everybody has a choice. You guys welcome to go and enjoy the project as much as you can. If double your money in 60 days, not understanding the risk is good, you guys are welcome. For me, it's not good. I need to understand my risk. I need to understand the fine details of my risk. And then, when I see, this is the way, guys, want you guys to understand. When I join a project understanding my risk already, and I already accept that risk in a first case scenario. So when, stuff happens, yes, I might be upset. I might cry for a couple hours, but end of the day, I say, hey, I accepted it. I understand it, and I need to move on, because I went into the project understanding the risk, and as soon as I deposited that money, I immediately knew that that is most likely might be a good buy, or that might be a 50% chance of good buy, or might be 30% chance of a good buy to those funds. That's why I understood, like, in Veritas Vault, when I came in, I knew it's going to pump to a certain point. That's why I came in. I know, not understanding the project. I came in understanding that if I catch a wave and I sell on time before, I start looking at that as a monthly income. And honestly, maybe it's my fault that I started looking at monthly, because if I would have not looked at monthly income, probably would have been out of the project, and I would have came out with a couple $100, but it would have been positive. But instead of looking at it as a monthly income, right now I'm stuck in a project. So I don't know, good thing or a bad thing. But one thing is, I went in knowing that I can have a good potential. It should have a good potential, but in worst case scenario, it could instantly crash. Somebody could go panic and crash it, and I'm not going to get out on time, and I'm going to lose it all. So that was my attention. So when I came in with risk. That's why I came in with the $100 the first day and another three more $100 the next day. I came in total with $400 the first 2 days. And I understood the risk. Down the road, I started understanding that there's a potential monthly income. And with the potential monthly income, I started focusing on getting my SPVA as high as possible. Right now, I'm around 7,700, something like that. So, I was hoping by that New Year's, I will be at 10,000. But with this a week delay, right now I'll be a week delayed into the New Year's before I hit the 10,000. But it is what it is. So same thing with the BG project. Guys, if you guys comfortable with the risk, go for it. I'm just not comfortable. I need more answers. So until somebody can provide me those answers, I'm sorry. I'm not standing behind the project. And theories is just enough. So, maybe we'll need to get with somebody that actually going in and doing that trade. Maybe we need to get on a Zoom and you guys show me how the trades are done. You show me the back office, show me how the trades are done. I don't know. I need to understand more the system before it's even interests me to start digging deeper. So if you guys believe in the project, you guys believe that this is a good product, help me get interested in your project. Help me by showing me things that actually can start clearing up some questions that I have. Right now, I have no interest in the project whatsoever. I see too much risk, not enough of reward. So I just wanted you guys to understand. What country are you in, Slavic? United States. I'm from Detroit, USA. I'm in actually Stanford. I'm in Kentucky, state of Kentucky. And those of you guys are familiar with Kentucky, I'm an hour south from Lexington, town called Stanford. Which card with the no KYC? Banco's card actually has a very strong approach with no KYC, which actually I'm pretty sure they will have issues with government. Government will try to control them, and they'll have to solve another loop and then another loop and another loop. But according to the guy that spoke to me, either the CEO or the owner of the company, which could be also the same, um, he said they have a team and the team is ready to deal with whatever gets thrown in their way from regulation side of it to make sure that the car stays no KYC. So that's and they explained, and I already shared with you guys. Those who came in late, you guys can rewatch the video. And Christian Lord says indeed. So guys, I went through all the chat. Now those of you guys based on the topics we have spoke today, that you guys are comfortable get recorded. I'm gonna open up a chat, the Zoom, so you guys can actually ask questions, and you guys can actually unmute yourself and ask question. If we have nobody, then I'll stop the recording, and hopefully you guys, like we always were comfortable with, to ask question not getting recorded. So anybody? Let me check one more thing because I know I promised something we're gonna talk about. Okay, so update related to the community. We shared about the Veritas Vault update. Most of it is in the channel, but here's something I want you guys to understand. They're saying, that there's a contract signed, right? It's something that forced the lock. Actually, I'm going to share with you guys so you guys can understand. What they promise is that they'll be unlocking ASAP sign up process and by VVA. Again, I think they're probably going to do that because they need to do that, and so that I believe 100%. The signing of contract and reason of closing down the project because of the signing of contract, where they had to do that yesterday. That part, I'm not sure I 100% buy it, and I'm gonna share with you guys why. So, you know, I'm just sharing my opinion, guys, and I'm recording this, so this might make it to Mr. Allen, and he probably not gonna like it. Leadership board not gonna like it, but I have to be honest and fair to you guys. End of the day, not to try to satisfy Mr. Allen and advisory board. And you guys already heard that somewhere somebody said that anybody spreading rumors, they will actually go and sue. I guess they'll probably want to sue me. I do not know. But again, I am not an official channel of Veritas Vault. I am sharing just my opinion. So go ahead, try to sue based on how I feel and what I think. This is not an official channel of Veritas Vault. And right now doesn't even care Veritas Vault name and doesn't care any logo Veritas Vault, and actually looking into other projects and doing other projects. So this channel no longer can be considered as Veritas Vault clear channel. Now it's all based on what I feel and what I think and what I see and what it is. So I want you guys to look at this. I broke down, I went to an hourly chart, and if you guys look right here, see at the bottom, right here at the bottom, when you guys look right here, when I'm put that, it says December 9th of 2023. So it's not the 9 o'clock Zoom that caused this drop. Not a 4 o'clock Zoom that we had that I had with my community that caused this drop. Where some people say, "Hey, Slavic, whatever you're talking about, making people panic." None of it. But whoever had a Zoom at 11 p.m. New York time, that is 9 p.m. Mountain time, 8 p.m. Pacific time, is whoever had any kind of a major Zoom or YouTube channel or something that something came out, something somewhere said something publicly to a group of people, or maybe a a group is decided to leave Veritas and go into another project, and they made a decision at 11 p.m. New York time, is what caused the first sell. As we can see, we had a significant sell, roughly about, I would say, $30,000-$40,000 worth of sales just happening right here in this time frame in US dollars. Then the opening of Asian European market, not so much, again, a little bit of sales. And then here in United States started waking up at 6-7 o'clock in the morning, or somebody in European around 4 afternoon either had a Zoom or we started waking up, which I think we here in United States started waking up. We logged in, we seen this crash, and we panicked. And we started having this, continues having the sale until at 11 a.m. by New York time, Nick froze everything. So no matter what somebody can say, the chart says that this project was shut down because of the panic sale. We go back, we have seen this happen here. We also have seen Nick done the same thing right here as well in the past. So as well as right here in the past. So we've seen multiple times where the project got frozen, sometimes for a minute, sometimes for half an hour, sometimes for an hour, just to stop the panic, just for people to wake up and say, wait a minute, what am I doing? Why am I selling? I should be buying. And then, recovery and buying be gone. Same thing here. Right now, just this time, it's going to go for a while. They're saying up to 7 days before we be able to sell again, roughly estimate about. But the buying, they're trying to get this going where we can start buying and getting people signed up ASAP. That is highest priority, and that is something that they're focused on right now. So just wanted to bring this to you guys. Everything else you guys can find in our chat under Veritas Vault only tab, and you guys will be able to hear also the next recording from last night. It's also, I dropped it there, so it's also available there as well. So I think I pretty much covered support of other needed, other project updates. So pretty much, I think we covered everything. Hold on. It could never be your Zoom Slavic. Sasha, I'm trying my best to be positive. And second, I have not found yet a reason in the Veritas project to leave. The minute I find a reason to leave, you guys will know about it because I'll let you guys know and I'll give you guys a hard reason. Why not just a price drop? And I'll give you guys a pure, hard reason why I'm out and why it might be a good reason for you guys to go get out as well. But until then, I never gave you guys one. I always said it's just not worth it. We still hold on because for most of you, it's not worth it to sell. Because if you guys would have sold like me, if I would have were to sell, I'm screwed. I'm losing. And I'm the kind of guy I believe in something that you can, still fix, you can still do, you can still make it work as long as you have a will and if there's still an opportunity to do so. And I still believe this project has a lot of opportunity, a lot of capabilities. Is just, certain things need to be taken into account. And those things are taken into account, you're gonna have an amazing, amazing project. So as I mentioned in the last Zoom, the advisory board that we have right now, they're not on our favor. They're actually counted against us. They're the ones that do not want to put in all those regulations. They want everything to be unregulated. They don't want to have no limits. They want to everything have no limits so that they continue to sell. See, I believe more than 50% of the advisory board have large teams where they're making huge commissions on referral rewards and they want to withdraw those referral rewards. They will never vote against themselves. They'll never vote against withdrawing. They'll never vote against paying 20, 40, 50, 60, 70% gas fees. They will never, I'm sorry, the tax fees. They will never agree to a lot of this stuff that was presented just because they want to continue to withdraw. So my personal opinion is that what we see right here, this lockdown, it's actually Nick going to advisory board, and maybe I'm hitting right on the nail. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is exactly what I would do. You guys trying to twist my fingers, twist my hands? I will turn around and twist your hands. And I would actually shut down everything and say, guys, you have bills to pay? So do I. So does the project, so is everybody else in the project. But nobody's getting no penny out of this project until we come up with a real solution so this project can have a real chance. So you guys stop milking the project. And I'm hoping that's exactly to the point that Nick got to, where right now he actually put all the advisory board in a corner and said, either you guys get together, no longer arguments, no longer fights, no longer voting against, but actually coming up with a solution that will work. And meanwhile, I will open up where people can still come in, can still participate in the project, can still sign up, can still buy VVA, but no sales happening until you guys come with a real solution that's going to work. And I'm hoping that's exactly what's happening because that's exactly what I would have done in the worst case scenario. If I depended on an advisory board and I couldn't implement myself, I would shut the project down and force them to either hurt, scream, or come up with a solution. And no matter how much the child kicks and then screams and cusses and whatever, eventually realizes when the mama and papa doesn't give in, he starts recalculating the situation he's in and he starts agreeing, he starts compromising, he starts talking and starts actually looking for a solution. And I think if Nick is doing this right now, hey, good job. Finally, he's doing something that actually can work. So I'm hoping that's exactly what he's doing. He's actually put everybody in the corner and said, there's 38 of you. There's more than enough. There were so many things was proposed to you guys. Right now, you have so much stuff to work with. Get to work and provide a solution, or you guys not going to see another dime out of this project until a solution is provided that actually realistic and going to work. I'm hoping that's exactly what he's doing. I'm really hoping, guys. It could never be there. Is it okay? I haven't been convinced to leave. I haven't been convinced to leave. Let them bring their new cash flow to fruition. 100%. Um, he has the address of top 100 Nick has a control. Hey guys, you guys have to understand. Yes, he has it, but since he put together that advisory board, he no longer can do a lot of the things. Right now, his hands are tied with the advisory board because right now they have to vote, they have to agree, and that's why he was where he spoke of launching the Dow portion where he's not getting the answer he needs from the advisory board. Now it can go to a Dow and maybe he can get the right answer from the Dow by votes. So I'm starting to feel that N- Nick got put in a position where he cannot do right now nothing, because of no decisions being made. And I think that's where, with the price drop, kind of pushed him to a point where he said, you know what, I'm done. I'm no longer going to be sitting on this hook, on this needle of the advisory boards. I'm going to shut this down and force them to do something. Hopefully that's what's happening. So, good point about Dow. He we here and so blessed to hear it all as we need to properly assess. Thank you, Slavic. I noticed no TM, so why has Nick not done so? Guys, I'm not a text messaging guy, so when you guys abbreviate stuff, I have no clue what TM means. I'm sorry. I have Nick not done so. That is significant to hear. Just over trademark. I thought that I noticed no trademark. So why has Nick done none? So that is significantly no to have just overlooked it seriously. Here's a question, guys. One thing is trademark has to be registered in somebody's name. And if you want to be decentralized and you're creating a project that you want eventually to become decentralized, and you're going to register that project's name as a trademark into your name, guess what? Guess what? 5 years down the road, 20 years down the road, something happens to the project, always will come back to you. That's why majority decentralized projects, they do not register trademarks because they want to get that project as quickly as possible out of their name, get it renounced, and make that project a community project. So down the road, that project can go on its own. And if something even happened to a project down the road, the person can say is this, at a time of me locking the project up or renouncing the project, it was fine. It was good. It had no issues. So whatever happened, look out there because that was not me. So go look, find whoever created bad news, whoever talked bad, whoever is, find them, blame them. Not me. I'm good. That's why people trying to get those projects quickly out of their name and get it renounced. So if something happens, they're not being blamed for. I remember now this is such an. And yeah, that was actually the next dream. The next plan was to retire with Veritas by the New Year's at a time of lunch. Now, by the time of lunch, then we got what, 3 months of fixing problems from the time of lunch, and we're still having problems. So, definitely didn't went according to how he planned. I feel like it was throwing a lot of shade on the wannabe. Sheka, I do not know how to comment on that one, so just leave it as it is. I am going, so pretty much for those of you guys that are watching recording, I want to say thank you. It's an hour 43 minutes. It's a long one, but it is a great update. Half of it was an update from a previous Zoom that we didn't record, so you guys actually have an update. So thank you, and and I'm pretty sure you guys actually felt a lot of, good knowledge, good information. So, stay in our chat. Those of you guys who are going to see this video outside of the chat, hey, contact me. I'll share with you how you can join the chat. End of the day, our chat has one purpose, and that is to solve the problem of income for many people as we can. And listen to his message. Yeah, I didn't understand. That's one of the reasons. Okay, so thank you. We will continue now that we have any recorded.